Moonlighting, you dress pretty nice for a pizza delivery girl.
Parker and I went out for pizza. We thought you might like some. He's down in the car.
Still haven't met him.
Yeah, not yet. Anyway, he's doing homework. How's the case?
I can't talk about it.
Columbia.
Doc, if you know the answer, why?
I'm sorry, really. I can't help myself.
Jamie Lee Curtis's recurring role on NCIS is one more highlight in a very diverse career. She began as a scream queen in the classic Halloween horror series, took on an action-adventure role as the wife of a secret agent in True Lies, and was even a mom-turned-teen in the remake of Freaky Friday.
And this coming Tuesday, she returns to NCIS as Dr. Samantha Ryan. I'm looking at the tape. Jamie Lee Curtis looks like chemistry to me, but when I see you, you know the first thing I want to do when I see you is Activia.
Oh, and my friends at Activia will be very happy. Although I will tell you, I walk down the street and people roll down their windows and sing the Activia.
Do they really?
So, yes, absolutely. And give me a lot of thumbs up. I've never had more thumbs up in my life.
How much yogurt do you eat?
Darling, it's
All day
3
long?
portions a day for the efficacy of the yogurt.
Okay.
Yes, I like that, the efficacy. It keeps you regular. Keeps you regular.
I eat yogurt every day.
You know what was fascinating about that clip?
What?
Is that there's a line in that scene where he stops the elevator and her response to him is, "Ooh, I haven't done this since the 80s." And I love that they cut that from there.
And then what happens?
But that's
there is
the point.
Chemistry. But there is chemistry, and I don't know if you've heard this, Jamie Lee Curtis, but when you're on the show, there is a spike in the numbers. So I'm thinking maybe we should make this an ongoing thing. Would you like that? Would you like it?
If they can figure out the storytelling, which I'm sure Gary can,
yes.
I would obviously love to. I've very much enjoyed establishing her life and her role on the show, and now I would love to be able to play a little bit with him. But he's a fascinating character.
Yeah.
Gibbs
Mark Harmon,
is one of the most, I think, the most interesting male character on TV. And what I love is that every woman I know is holding out hope, particularly single women, but even some married women, that if they wait long enough, Gibbs will wait for them. Because he is a tough nut to crack.
Yeah.
And he's like a war photographer. Like, no, seriously,
I
he's
like
like
that
a
analogy,
war
actually.
photojournalist. He's very much in his own world, looking and trying to solve the world's problems. And for this woman to be able to get in there a little bit has been really challenging and fun.
Let me ask you a question, though. You mentioned the fact that one line was cut from that clip that we showed.
I don't know if that's because it's early in the morning and people don't want to talk about sex so early.
Yes, it's okay.
No, on this show we'll talk about sex any time of day. It's fine.
Okay.
We totally approve. But I didn't know if you were making that reference to because it was talking about the 80s, and I know you talk a lot about age and being anti-aging, which I have to say I love. I think we're way too obsessed with no lines, and you can't. And I think you can grow old gracefully, and I think it's embracing such a beautiful part of yourself. So it wasn't about the age thing.
Yeah.
It was about the
No. The idea was that basically the free spirit and stopping an elevator mid-flight for some assignation might.
Afternoon delay.
No, but Erica raises a good point. She raises a good point about you, Jamie Lee, because I remember when you posed on the cover of More magazine, where you wanted to go au naturel to show there's no airbrushing, there's no hair and makeup team, and aren't we grateful for them? And then
we are.
Very grateful. You said my hair is gray and it's okay with being gray. When there are so many women who are so afraid to go there with the age, why are you so comfortable with it?
Well, it's an inevitability for all of us. And the whole anti-aging is the term we use is anti-aging.
Yeah.
It's like, buy this cream, it's anti-aging. Aging is life. We are aging. We're aging from the moment we're born. And I'm trying to embrace it because I can only change things that I have no control over. I mean, I have control over it, and I have no control over my genetics, my ability to, grow old. It's going to happen, and so I'm trying. And by the way, there are days and succeeding.
Yeah.
Well, I'm succeeding because I'm pretty happy with, who I am and what I'm doing, and it's much more about the content of my character than the contour of my face. That's great.
You should use that line.
No, but I'm serious. It has virtually nothing to do with the contours of my face. It has to do with the content of my character and fighting for things that I believe in.
You know what else is good about her? Erica, you've been married to the same guy for 30 years. I love this.
Married to my first husband. I did that in my first book I wrote. She's married to her first husband, Christopher Guest.
I like it.
He didn't like that.
He didn't?
No, because I think he thought I was making a kind of a joke about it. And no,
yeah, but that's the thing. You're especially in a career where most people don't make it that long. I think it's really something to be applauded and celebrated. And you have children. I love it.
And you mentioned your first book. I have to say, and I told this before we came on, I'm a huge fan of. If you have not read Jamie's books for kids, they are just phenomenal. Great messages, and they really help deal with a lot of topics. So thank you.
Thank you. They're sort of self-help books for kids, even though that wasn't the intention ever. I have a new book in September. Maybe I'll come back in September called My Brave Year of Firsts, about
maybe
trying
you'll be doing more
things for the first
NCIS then too, who knows?
And maybe we'll all have a little yogurt.
Back TV.